In the age of modern recording, many of you like to blend multiple guitar signals together to achieve that full, rich and modern tone for your productions. However, if you do not phase align these guitar signals properly, you will end up sounding thin and cancelling some of the important frequencies, which you would like to avoid. This video is created as a response to my friend Lee at Metal Prognosis, where he explored some possible ways to mitigate phase discrepancies in your multiple guitar signals. Now, this problem arises in a few cases. In the first case, you may be miking up your guitar cabinet with multiple microphones, and the distance between the speaker and the microphone itself may differ, even ever so slightly. That discrepancy creates a phase shift between the signal captured with one microphone and another microphone, and that phase shift ends up in cancelling some of the important frequencies of your guitar tone. And in another situation, you may end up using different amps or maybe blending an amp sim with a different cabinet impulse response into your main signal in order to thicken it up and carve it with a different tone. And in this case, you're facing with a very similar problem, as impulse responses naturally differ by how the microphone was positioned to capture that impulse response, and therefore creating a phase shift once again. So let's dive into a session where I will show you an advanced way to completely or almost completely to our best ability mitigate this frequency shift. Yo, I'm Dr. Mike Trubetskov, the mad scientist of metal, and I'm here to bring valuable information on modern metal production, recording and mixing. Mate, you like and subscribe this video to never miss it out. Let's go. Okay, let's consider an example here. I'm using the Overcoming project once again because it is easy to showcase what we're dealing with. And in this instance here, let's consider a situation where we want to bring in an amp sim, a beautiful clairvoyant by modern metal songwriter my friends, into the recording of the real amp, custom audio amplifiers right there. And that could be the case of thickening up the sound, modernizing it, or maybe just carving it around in the mix, the different sort of taste. Let's play the actual amp here. I like this riff. And now we want to blend this one here. Check it out. So this is our DI, and we bring that in to our amp. So what happens if we actually do bring that in and play them together? See the problem right there? The problem is it sounds flangy and phasey and weird, and that's exactly because of the phasing effect that we've been discussing. And if we do use it in the mix, we're facing a problem of phase cancellation and things sounding flangy and weird. There is a possibility to move this track around and kinda match it, and I've done that in the past, and it's a biggest pain in the bum possible because you can never match it perfectly. And let's just see what happens if we move it around. So we solo them both. So it's not working. It does change the tone, but not perfectly. And so here, I'm gonna offer a solution that will work to the best ability possible. And now just keep in mind that absolute perfection in phase alignment is not possible. You will end up always facing some sort of phase issues, but we can mitigate it to our best ability. And here is how. So if we solo them two again. Sounds really flangy, I hate it. So there's this plugin here called Precision Time Align by Eventide. It's not a free plugin, it's not exactly very expensive, but this plugin allows you to sync up the audio and move it within subdivisions of a sample. So within microseconds. This is a very precise possibility to align audio. And here's how I suggest you to approach this scenario. So you grab this Precision Time Align or similar, even though there are not quite a lot of alternatives to this degree of precision on the market. So you grab that, make sure that the levels of your signals are similar. And now, here's what you do next. You phase invert your signal that you are aligning, in this case, a DI amp. And you start moving this fader coarse adjust here until you hear the maximum cancellation. Let's check what it sounds like. See how it sounds the smallest and the teeniest somewhere around here? When you find this position, you can further fine adjust it with this slider here. And finally, you invert the phase back. Before and yep, that's the way to mitigate the phase problem in the most precise way possible, quickly, efficiently, and hopefully very productively for you. Hope that this helps with your next recording or mixing, and as always, I'm here to help. Hit me up for any advice and rock on.